Well, today is Tuesday, December 29th, 2020. Starting the bike ride at 14 minutes after 11. A little earlier than yesterday by about 45 minutes. It's going to be a breezy ride today. The weather's about 71, 72 degrees according to my home weather station. The breeze is, or the wind is out of the southeast at 23 miles an hour with gusts to 28 miles an hour, partly cloudy. I'm riding the Canyon Endurace CF SLX bike today. I'm using my new Saramonic mic on this bike. I used it once before, but not in this setup. I've moved the camera to the below my bike computer, Bolt computer. Yesterday's ride on my Linsky R300 bike, the mic did a pretty good job, so I'm trying it on the Endurace Canyon. Today's route is going to be Tascasita, Walden, and then to Huffman. Going to, like I did on Saturday, try to ride up through the new construction on FM 2100 to from Old Tascasita Road to Huffman and FM 1960. Should be breezy. Getting to FM 2100's going to be into the wind, headwind. Riding northeast in Kings Forest. Not sure of the name of this street. I ride this street from time to time. It is called Rocky Woods. Riding Rocky Woods. Time is 11:38. 4.7 miles. 23 minutes even riding time. Up ahead on the left is a small park called Herb Hudson Park. Right there on the left. I'm not sure who Herb is, but he warned it at a park. Just turned left off the Ben's Branch. Approaching West Lake Houston Parkway. I'll ride the Greenbelt down to Kingwood Greens and Kingsview Drive, where I'll make a loop through Kingwood Greens. Time is 11:47. 6.7 miles. Riding time's 32 minutes, 35 seconds. Strong headwind going this direction to the south, southeast. Even amongst all the trees, the wind still finds a way to get through. Riding south on Pinehurst Trail Drive, headed towards FM 1960, where I'll cross over, go into Walden, loop around back to FM 1960, go across Lake Houston. So far, lots of headwind. Hopefully it's as strong of a tailwind on the way back to Kingwood. Time is 8 minutes after 12. 11.6 miles. Riding times 53 minutes 22 seconds. Average speeds 13.1 miles an hour. Riding north on, it's either cross-country drive or hiker's trail in Walden. It's one of the few stretches where I've actually had tailwind so far. Let's see here. Actually, it's Vantage View Drive. It's been a brute getting to this point. Tailwind won't last long though. When I get on FM 1960, I'll be going back into the headwind. So go across Lake Houston. Time is 17 minutes after 12. 13.5 miles. Riding time is 1 hour, 1 minute, 50 seconds. Average speed is 13.1 miles an hour. Riding east over Lake Houston on FM 1960. The wind is very strong from my right side. The worst part of the wind is the chill that's blowing off the cool water. I'm glad I got my jacket on, even though it's not 100% keeping me warm. The wind is stiff. Time is 29 minutes after 12. 16.2 miles. Riding time is 1 hour, 13 minutes, 5 seconds. Average speed is 13.3 miles an hour. A lot of debris blowing around. Riding south on Fair Lake Lane. Wind was real tricky after I turned the camera off when I was riding across Lake Houston headed east. There were four trucks parked on the side or on the shoulder of the causeway with those huge concrete beams that they use. They're put in place for freeway overpasses. I had to move over into from the shoulder over into the lane to get around them. The wind whipping underneath those beams and then in between the trucks emphasized the gusts. A couple times the wind was strong enough that it was pushing me to my left. I was glad when I got past those and was able to move back over to the shoulder. Strong wind. Time right now is 12:34, 17.5 miles. About a mile and a half from FM 2100. Riding times 1 hour, 18 minutes, 34 seconds. Average speed is 13.4 miles an hour. My legs are getting a workout today into this wind. riding east on Old Atascocita Road, headed towards FM 2100. Had my first dog sprint in a while, back there in front of the Vineyard Church. A large black dog and a somewhat smaller brown dog came out to the road, barking, moving towards me. So I had to pick up the speed to outrun them. They weren't very committed though. Only took a couple hundred feet and they stopped. Good thing I'm not going back that direction. One dog sprint today is plenty. Time is 12:42, 19.1 miles. Riding times 1 hour 26 minutes 7 seconds. Average speed is 13.3 miles an hour. This is FM 2100. Riding north on the new lanes of FM 2100 from Old Atascocita Road. It's nice to have a tailwind, or at least not riding into a headwind. We're doing some work here. Looks like they poured some concrete. Yes. Left are those 4 trucks with the large beams where I had hard wind coming underneath the beams and in between the trucks. Not sure where they're headed. They may have stopped because of the wind. I'm headed west over Lake Houston. Time is 1 minute after 1. 22.7 miles. Riding time's 1 hour 41 minutes 50 seconds. Average speed is back to 13.4 miles an hour. I don't exactly have a tailwind, but it's not a headwind. Headed northwest on the Atascocita Shores Drive. Turned off of FM 1960 westbound. Riding across Lake Houston on FM 1960 was chilly. The wind whipping across the water. If it wasn't already cold, it got colder. The wind wasn't a headwind, but it wasn't a tailwind either. It's like coming straight at my left side. Here on Atascocita Shores, generally it's a tailwind. Time is 9 minutes after 1, 24.8 miles. Riding time is 1 hour 49 minutes 29 seconds. Average speed is up to 13.6 miles an hour. Thanks to fast speed across Lake Houston going west on FM 1960. Riding northwest on Park Garden Drive in Hunters Ridge Village in Kingwood. About 7/10 of a mile from the finish of the ride. The wind was a challenge today. We don't have any hills to speak of around here, but we do get the wind sometimes. Right now it's time is 41 minutes after 1, 31.5 miles. Riding time's 2 hours 19 minutes 41 seconds. Average speeds dropped. I did have it up to 13.7 miles an hour, but now it's back to 13.5 miles an hour.